What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Eagles News Now. I'm professional wrestler Chris Wilde here at Bar 4133 as we head into the bye week for the Philadelphia Eagles. And for the first time, and as long as I can remember, I am actually relieved that there will be a stress-free week of no Eagles football. This season has been so stressful for so many different reasons. Obviously, the injuries and the gameplay has just been absolutely abysmal, but yet here the Eagles stand at 3-4-1 atop the NFC East, and they can really make some noise in the second half of the season if they just kind of get things together. Now, today, not only was it election day, but it was the trade deadline for the NFL, as teams had until 4 o'clock today to make a deal to make their teams better or maybe sell for some assets. Now, the Eagles were said to be both sellers and buyers. Well, today, to no surprise to me, they did nothing. Howie Roseman, for the first time since 2016, made absolutely zero moves. Now, what that means is Alshon Jeffrey is still on the team. Zach Ertz still on the team. Of course, you couldn't trade Zach being on the IR, and nobody was going to take Alshon Jeffrey's contract with, of course, his off-and-on injuries. So the Eagles did not do anything. I thought maybe they should go out, try to get a linebacker. We saw Kwan Alexander traded, tried to get a cornerback. We saw Desmond King traded for nothing, really. We're talking 6th round, and I think maybe a 4th round pick for Kwan. Really nothing, and I think the Eagles could have done it. Now, I know, everybody's telling me, look, money is an issue, as the Eagles are very worried about next year's cap. Who knows what it's going to be? It could be significantly lower, and the Eagles could be in some trouble there. But look, again, this year, I think if you get into the playoffs, it's wide open. Everybody says that whoever comes out of the East isn't going to win a playoff game. I mean, you just don't know that. This is a really wacky year. These injuries, teams are getting injuries left and right. You never know, when the next team to have a lot of injuries is going to happen. So to me, who knows? Imagine if the Eagles come back after the bye and Carson's playing well and Miles Sanders doesn't get hurt for the rest of the year and the wide receivers start gelling together and the defense has been playing a little bit better. I know it's against a Dallas defense. It's like a high school football team offense. I'm sorry. But they were playing better. TJ Edwards coming back is looking great. Alex Singleton looks like he's going to be something. And then look, the Eagles have had guys like Travis Fulgham, the Fulgatron, the Fulgagoat, really just step up and look like really good players. Michael Jacquet, where the heck did he come from? Looked like he held his own Sunday. I know, again, it was against a high school quarterback, but still. Now, there are guys out there that got cut today that the Eagles could think about picking up. First one I'm going to talk about is wide receiver Dante Pettis from the 49ers. Earlier in the offseason, the 49ers were trying to trade this guy. I did a video saying I thought maybe he could come here. Now, obviously, with the Eagles' growth in wide receiver, and what I mean is you didn't know you were going to have a Travis Fulgham. You do have Jalen Reagor still. Quez Watkins hasn't even seen the field. Greg Ward is still a reliable slot guy. And then Alshon Jeffrey might actually come back and play for this team at some point. There really isn't a need for wide receiver like we thought there was going to be. But if you can get this young kid on the cheap, I don't see why not. Now, he's had some injury issues. He's had a lot of clash with the coaching staff down the 49ers. So, again, change of scenery is always a good thing. And why not take a shot on this kid, as he did show some promise in his rookie year. The next guy I want to talk about is a guy that is about 88 years old. That's Jonathan Joseph, cornerback for the Tennessee Titans. Now, look, he had an absolutely horrible game against the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Titans said, we're done, and they got rid of this guy. Now, look, I know what you're saying. He's old, and he hasn't looked good. However, this is an Eagles cornerback or secondary that needs depth. We really need depth. I mean, when Slay went out, thank God he's okay, but when he went out against Dallas, I mean, look, again, Jacquet played well, but if this was against the Saints or the Packers, who knows what would have happened. So maybe just to get a guy with some experience in there wouldn't hurt, especially if you can get him cheap. And then the last guy I want to talk about is also a Tennessee Titan, and that's linebacker Vic Beasley. Now, Vic Beasley was a beast in Atlanta. He is 28 years old. In 2016, he was an All-Pro. This is more of a pass-rushing linebacker, known for his sacks and his strip sacks. This guy was a monster in Atlanta. In Tennessee, not so much. Coming into the year, he didn't start one game for Tennessee. I think he had 5 tackles, which is includes a forced fumble. And he showed up late for training camp, even failed a physical. I mean, in Tennessee, his time was just horrible. They cut ties with him after he signed, I believe, a 1-year, $9.5 million contract. Again, he does have ties to the Eagles as far as secondary coach. Marquand Manuel was a defensive coordinator that Super Bowl year for the Atlanta Falcons. He knows Beasley, and maybe that can be an in into the Eagles. Again, they need depth there. Do you bring in this guy? He's also had chronic knee problems, so there are a lot of negatives as far as Vic Beasley goes. But I would at least bring him in for a workout, guys, because again, this is a position of need for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I don't see why you don't try to make your team better. This isn't a lost year yet, okay? I know the NFC East is horrible, and that does include the Eagles. They haven't played well, but why not take advantage of how bad the Eagles are, or take advantage of how bad the rest of the NFC East is, as well as the Eagles, and make your team better. Make your team better. You got guys coming back off the injured reserve. Isaac Seumalo is going to come back at some point. Zach Ertz is going to come back at some point. I know you don't want to hear the name Alshon Jeffrey, but this guy, when motivated, if you can get him motivated, is a good football player. Let's not forget that. He will be back at some point. So why not? Why not see what these guys can bring you? And you do have a bye week to evaluate a lot of this stuff. So that's all I got for you guys right now. Eagles do nothing at the trade deadline, but there are some pieces that they could bring in, and those are just 3 guys. I'm sure there are other people getting cut around the league. Also keep an eye on what the Miami Dolphins do with Jordan Howard, as they did a trade for DeAndre Washington from the Kansas City Chiefs. Even though I hear Myles Gaskin has an injury, he's going to be out for 3 weeks. I could see Jordan Howard possibly getting cut as well. Who knows, guys? So, thanks everybody for watching. If you haven't subscribed and you're enjoying this stuff and you're digging this stuff and you like football and all sorts of entertainment, please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. I also appreciate everybody that's joined me live and has hit up that super chat. You guys are awesome. All the money goes back into this channel. Again, I appreciate all you guys. I hope you guys have a great night, and don't let all the rest of the BS in the world get to you. As us as Eagle fans, we're strong. Our skin is tough. And if you can be an Eagle fan, you can get through anything. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Go Birds. I'll see you later.
E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles! E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles! I need Eagle Nation to stand.